Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a great day. This is Algo Trading Team, and today we will try to introduce you into an introduction to our indicator. This indicator have been developed and tested so many times, and it's proven, and you will see that just after this. So, first of all, I want to say that we have like buttons. We will try to explain the buttons, the trends, the golden lines, what these dashed lines are for the introduction. But we will have a lot of more things to do after because we'll try to explain everything. Then we will do a recap and tell you how to use this and how to use it in the right way. First of all, I will start with the 15-minute time frame. The 15 minutes time frame is really important for traders who are trading on a daily basis, okay? So it's related to the daily. As you see, this D is referring to daily because it's based on the daily candle, okay? So first of all, this X that you see here near the daily, we use it to hide everything related to the daily. The zones, the lines, the trend lines that I will show you how to draw and everything. So this is to hide everything. We will not use it for now because we will need the daily time. We will need the daily candle on the 15 minutes time frame. This small rectangle here is to show candles. As you can see candles. All these candles are like day movement, a daily movement. This is a daily movement, this is another daily movement, and so on and so forth. This was like the previous day movement before this. And based on this, we created some zones on the daily that I will show you after. Okay, this is to create the daily candle, and we can see that on the 15-minute time frame. So this is the daily movement, so we will know the opening, the close, the high, and the low of the candle without going to the daily time frame so we can see the candle, and we will create everything and we'll trade based on the previous day. As you know, the technical analysis is based on the previous movement, on how the price played out last time and previous days. So this is like very logical. It's logical, like if you see other strategies or something, this is a logical thing, okay? Because we are trading how the price played out last time or last day, okay? And we will, based on that, based on how the price played out, we will create our targets, we will create our entries that we will explain later. Now, let's hide this and let's look at these vertical lines, this one. If we click, we will notice there are some vertical lines. Some people do use this, some people prefer to not use this. But just to mention something really quickly, if we activate here the day, we can count the lines in every day. One, two, three, four, and five. Five lines every day. Some people do trade this as like an opening of the agent session. This is the close of the London session. This is the opening of the NA session. So it's somehow important, but I will let you discover that later, okay? Just remember, these are vertical lines and we do activate that from here. And another thing, always remember, these buttons are related to the 15 minutes and they are for the daily candle. We can't use that for the 4 hours, the daily, other time frames. No, this is specifically for the 15 minutes. Okay, we have the horizontal lines that we like to call them golden lines. These are really important. As you can see, we can hide them, we can show them from here. Look, the price hit this place like specifically, and we make a run out till this line. We will talk about how to enter using this as a confirmation. We will need them after. And this is for the 15 minutes too. Don't forget that, okay? For the last button, guys, this is I like to call it the spider web. Look, or the web of spider. Look, this is for actually creating trend lines. Look, if we double click here, and we have a trend line. Double click here, for example, and we have another trend line. Double click here, and we have another trend line. This is double click to show the trend line and to create it. And if we click another double click, it will be hidden again, okay? We can create as much as we like of the trend lines. We can create this trend line, this trend line, this trend line, for example, and then we can hide it from here, but we still have the ability to show and hide the lines. Double click to hide them. We can't show them because you need actually to click here to use these lines. Double click to show them, but if you are not using the spider web here, now you will have just the ability to hide that. So double click to hide that, double click to hide that. And actually, these trend lines are really important and we will use them after for analysis, okay? Now, as a small recap, okay, guys? We have 5 buttons. The X to hide everything and to show everything. Like if we click X, it's activated like this. We can't see anything about the daily. The second button, the rectangle, is to show the candles. This is used for the horizontal lines. These lines are the the vertical lines, and this is for the horizontal lines, or with what we call the golden lines. And this button here is for the trend lines. This is the recap of the buttons. Another thing that I want to show you now is that this is the same thing for the W, which is referring to the weekly. This is the monthly, and this is 3 months. 3M is referring to 3 months. So basically, same thing. This is to hide, this is to show the weekly candle, this is to show the vertical lines, this is to show the golden lines, and this is to draw trend lines. Same thing for for every button here. We can hide them from here. The only difference I want to talk about is this. For the weekly, for example, we will have to move to the 1 hour, okay? So the week, like the daily, is related to the 15 minutes, okay? We can show the candles here. For the weekly, we will have to go to the 1 hour time frame to show the weekly candle. This weekly candle is for traders who like to do more like longer trading, 2 days, 3 days, from the entry till the TP or something like so. It's longer positions. It's not like the daily time frame for scalping and for small positions of 20, 30, 40 pips. This is much greater. This is much longer term. So it's related to the 1 hour. So remember, the daily 15 minutes, the weekly we use that for with the 1 hour, okay? We have also the monthly here. We are using that with 4 hours. So you go here, this is a monthly, like this candle is a 1 month, and this is another month, and this is another month. You can see all the movement here, like the open, the close of the month, everything. Okay, this for the monthly with 4 hours. And the last thing that I want to show you is the 3 months. This is used basically with the daily time frame. We can select here and see. This is a movement of 3 months. This is a movement of 3 months. This is another movement of 3 months. And it's the same thing. You can see the horizontal lines, the vertical lines, as you can see here, for example. So it's used like this, okay? This is just the introduction, guys. If you have any question, let's just ask, okay? Don't hesitate to ask. Now, just as a small recap, guys, we said the daily is related to the 15 minutes. This is the daily. For the weekly, it's related to 1 hour. The monthly is related to 4 hours. And the 3 months is related to the daily time frame. This is as a recap, okay? Everything else is the same. This is to draw the trend lines. This is the horizontal and vertical lines. This is to show the candle. And this is to hide everything related to that. Hello again, guys. This is the second part. Now I will try to explain the majors and the minors, okay? Major zones and minor zones. Let's start with, we are in the 4 hour time frame, H4 here, and let's activate the monthly candle because when we are using the 4 hour time frame, we will be using the monthly candle. This was like the monthly candle, as you can see. This is the high, this is the low. The opening close, actually it's the same, maybe. Yeah, it's the same. So that's why we have this candle on the monthly. Let's activate the H4 here. This is the major zones, okay? So if let's like zoom out and see what do we have here. Let's explain these zones here. It's easy, guys, okay? We have 3 zones here and another 3 zones here, and we call them reversals. Okay? So if the price is moving up and touch this place, we will be selling. This place will be selling. For this place, we'll be selling. Okay? And if the price touch this place, we will be buying. Same for here and same for this one here. So we have 3 and another 3 reversal zones. Okay, remember this. Now I will just go back and talk about these 2 zones here. For these zones, it's a reversal zone too, but we will need to see this zone at the top of the candle, like at the high or the low, depending on the candle. For this candle, it's a good one. So we can use this one to sell because it's not at like best position, but if it's like a little bit up here, the starting of the zone, we'll be selling from here, okay? For the red candles or the bearish candles, if we have a bearish candle here and this zone was here, we will be buying. So it's just reverse it in your head and it's the same thing. So for these zones here, just remember, we need them to be in the high or the low of the candle to use them as reversals. We can't use those zones here, like these zones here, we can't use them if they are in like in the body of the candle, okay? These two are not the best example. So what I will tell you now, just as a recap, remember, 3 zones up here are reversals, 3 zones down here are reversals. These two, we need them in the top of the candle or the bottom of the candle, the high or the low, okay? That's the first thing I want to show you. This is for the 4 hours. Let's switch to 1 hour. Let's deactivate this and let's go to 1 hour. And let's see the weekly candle because we are in the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the majors. Here's the majors. So same thing. 3 zones up here are reversals. 3 zones down here are reversals. For these ones here, for example, It's at the top of the candle, so it's good as a reversal. So we can be selling from here. For for this one, if it's down here on like a bearish candle, we will be buying, but this is a bullish candle, okay? Here's a good example, guys. For example, we switch to another pair. We have three zones up here, this one and this one and this one, and we have three zones down here, and we have this one, the middle one, and it's down here, so we can use this. I'm talking about this one. Just bear with me. I'm talking about this one. We can use this zone for buying, so it's a reversal zone because it's at the bottom of the candle. Okay, that's for majors. Okay, now let's see another thing. Now we will be talking about the minors. So let's deactivate this and let's see the minors. So the minors, you can see the buttons here in green. So 1 hour, let's activate this, and I will show you how to count first of all. Okay, so we will be taking this as 1. This is 2. This is 3. Always remember this, we call it the middle area, and it's always 3. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. For these ones here, we will be using alphabets A and B, C and D. Okay? I will show you another example. Just bear with me now because I will show you another example after. So, we will be using these two zones, 5 and 6, and C and D. Just hold for now, okay? I will show you how to use that, but we will be focusing on these zones, C and D, and 5 and 6. Same thing, if we go here for the 4 hours, and we play with the monthly a little bit, and show the 4 hours. Same thing, guys. We will just have this as 1, this is 2, this is 3. Always remember, the middle zone is 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. So what we will be focusing on, as I told you, 5 and 6, C and D, these two zones, and this is it. C and D, 5 and 6, on the 4-hour time frame with the monthly candle. So basically the minors, it's the same counting. For the majors, it's the same counting. So 3 reversals here, 3 reversals here, 2 in the middle. For example, this zone, it will be a good one since it's out of the candle, it's down here. So we'll be using this for a buy. But that we will be like using both zones. So it's not like we can use these zones alone and these zones alone. No, we will be like completing, like the zones are completing each other, and we will be discussing that just after, okay? Let me just show you something really quickly, and let's talk about the zones. First of all, we need to switch to the 15 minutes now. Let's show the daily candle, and here we don't have like the minors and the majors, we have only the minors. But it's the same counting, guys. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and this is A, B, C, and D. Okay, we will be like using them the same thing. It's like a minor zones, but what we will be using, guys, is what we call clusters. And this is what I will try to explain for you just after this. Let's see. Now let's take an example. Let's go and find a pair. Let's, for example, use this pair. And let's deactivate everything. Let's go to the 4 hours. Activate the majors. We are in a major zone here. Let's use the monthly candle. Okay. And let's activate the minors on the 4 hours. Okay. As you can see, now we have the zones. We will be talking about this. Okay. We have, this is the first, this is the second, and the minors, this is the third, this is the fourth, 5, and 6. So what is the best place to be selling from? We told you guys, it's 5 and 6. But what we are expecting here? We are expecting the price to reach this place because it's the best place to be selling from. We call that clusters. So the cluster is when you have two zones merging together. For example, this one. So it's like this zone with the 6, the 4 hours majors, with the 4-hour minors, and it's the 6, and we'll be selling from here. Our goal will be 2 zones, so at least we'll be reaching to here, okay? Always the target is 2 zones. Okay, I will delete this, and now let's take a look at the 1 hour, okay? Let's delete everything here. Let's show the weekly candle on the 1 hour time frame, and let's use the minors and the majors. What do we have here on the 1 hour? Let's see. Let's count a little bit, guys. This will be like the first one, the first zone here. This is 2. This is 3. This is the middle. It's always 3. This is 4. This is 5. And this is 6. This is 7. We'll not be talking about this for now. But, oh, it's a good sell from here. So we can be selling here because it's a cluster, guys. We have this line here. It's really important too. It's based on the monthly candle. We can use it too. So think about it. Maybe we can sell from here. At least we'll be like taking a zone here. And it's a good selling. Believe me, it's a cluster, so it's a good sell. So the difference is, guys, for the 4 hours, if you can notice, we'll be talking about the prices going up. But this is for more for position trading. If you're a position trader, that will be great because you will be waiting for the price to reach that place and you'll be selling from that place. If you're a daily trader, and most of the time we're focusing on the 1 hour time frame because we are not doing position tradings, we are daily traders. So we prefer the 1 hour to tell you the truth and to be honest with you. Another thing we can use is the 15 minutes with a daily candle. So we can use the daily candle. And it's the same thing, same counting. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. For example, if the price reach out to this place, we will be buying because it's a cluster. If you see with this light green here, this is a cluster. This is another cluster, but it's not obvious. I would prefer to buy from here. For example, for selling here, it's not so obvious. We can be selling from this because it's a cluster. As you can see, the price react a little bit, but what are we using to avoid stops being hit? Because like a lot of time, stops will be stopped because of manipulation. Like traders do know this. We are using these lines. We call them golden lines. So we can just like enter the position here, for example here, and we will be putting our stop up here, or we will be like entering here and putting, for example, the stop up here, but it's hit, for example, in this example, okay? But to tell you the truth, for the daily, it's not that useful. But if you use the golden lines, like bigger golden lines, for example, the monthly and the 3 months, on the 1 hour, you do your analysis, your top-down analysis on the 4 hours, and then you go down to the 1 hour, and then you go down to the 15 minutes. You will have like precise things, okay? So you can, for example, use the 1 hour minors with the 1 hour majors, and you will know how to place your stop loss. For example, if you go into enter this trade here, you'll be stopping your stop loss here, and this is your takeover home. This is the TP. This is another TP. So use the 15 minutes with the 1 hour, and it will be good. It will be like double cluster. For example, we have a nice cluster here, okay? No problem. Let's see. So what's the best place, for example, if I want to enter? I would say this place here or this place here. It's up to you. Because this is the C and this is the D. This is the C and this is the D. We'll be entering here. We'll be placing our stop up here, and this is where we can go. This is we can put our goals. Let's go now and see another thing because I want to show you something else. How to use the trends, how to find a good position. Let's go to the 4 hours. I prefer the 4 hours to tell you the truth. And this is how to activate the trends. And let's draw the trends. Double click and it will show. Most of the time, guys, what are we using is 3. So we count in 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And I'll be drawing another line here. Okay? So this is the trend line. I'll be activating the 4 hours majors, the 4 hour minors. Oh, this is a nice zone, for example, here. So we'll be focusing on this one. Oh, this is also a cluster here. It's a nice one. So these two zones, okay? Because for the trend line, it's obvious. It will be touching here or here, and it will go down. So what we will do, we will go a little bit down for the 1 hour. Okay, now we can see the trend line, we can see everything. I'll be expecting the price to reach this place here on the higher time frame, and I will be using the 1 hour, for example. Okay, we have this zone here. So if we count in, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, nice. 7. So it's like this one here, we're not counting this 8, so 7, okay. With 4 hours, do we have a cluster? Let's see. No, we don't have a cluster. We have a cluster with this one. Let's add the majors. Oh, we have a cluster here. It's a nice one. So what I will be doing, I will be placing my trade over here. From this place, guys. What I'm expecting the price to reach here or here. So if we count in the stop loss, let's see. What can we do? I think I'll be entering this trade here. At least my stop loss is up here, so it's 50 pips. Remember, this is the 1 hour. My TP is around 300 and the second TP is around 700. So it's maybe like a swing trader, okay? You can use the 15, always 15 minutes, to do other stuff, to do other things, small trades for scalping and stuff. I don't prefer that way because most of the time the price is following the bigger and the higher time frames. The price will play out on the 15 minutes, like specifically to follow the higher time frame. So always do a top-down analysis on pairs. Always see where use these trend lines to see where are you going. Because as a trader, you don't want to be like buying from here, for example. You don't want to buy here, even if it's a nice setup, because it's the end of the trend line. So most of the time you will be just like, you see a spike here and then will go down. Because the market, this is the structure of the market. We move in waves. So think about that too. Lastly, I want to explain something really quickly. We can hide everything. We can clear the shot from here. Our shot, we can clear it from this X here. It's nice to clear the shot.
Now we will learn how to use the settings. First of all, we need to click Control I and then ATC edit, and then you will see that you have the client name. I won't touch any of these. The stat candle, dark gray, dodger blue. You can play out with the colors here for the body and stuff. Don't touch this kind of stuff because it's important. And here you go. The daily, you have the color of the zones, you have the golden lines, you have the number of lines, you have all the colors that needed, the style that suits you. You have like the array that you can put that on true, and you have timelines for everything. Okay, so for example, this is for the 4 hours. So same thing, colors, you can activate, deactivate that, the grid setting, like the colors, trend colors, style also, number of lines. So basically you can change a lot of stuff, the width, the long, and you have the timelines too. You can play it with the colors, and it's like obvious. You can see that it's obvious. This is for the 1 hour, for example, the zone setting. So you can play out a little bit with the colors. Try to make something that's clear. Don't try to use like regular colors, just dark or too dark or something too white, because you want to be able to see a clear chart, okay? Also, I want to show you this the 15 minutes. Same thing for the zones. You have the 15 minutes, the style, same thing, guys. Just play out with the colors, try to create something. We have templates for that. We can share that with you for sure. We have different templates that we created, but it's better if you can use your own and create your own. This is like for the secondary, the minors that we were talking about. The secondary, whenever you see principal mean major, whenever you see secondary, it's for the minors. I'm sorry. So another thing you can change, for example, yeah, the same thing. Colors, you can play with the numbers of the candle, so you will make the zone a little bit bigger. For example, the number is 25 here. You can play there and just put like 30, and the zone will be, because it's based on the candle, so the zone will be much longer. That's it. See you guys. Hello guys, this is an example that I want to give. We are in the Euro USD now, and the 1 hour time frame. We are activating the weekly candle that was the previous week. And let's activate the 1 hour. Okay. So as you can see, the price closed here last week and the price played nicely up here till here. This is the C and D if you still remember. Because if we count in, this is the first, this is second zone, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, seven, and this is eight. This is A, this is B, and this is C, and this is D. And if you remember, if we will activate this, the majors, you will see that the price came up here to the C. We touch a little bit, so we would be placing our order here at the beginning of the zone. Our stop loss, let's say 20, 25 pips at best. Like if we try and like to give it a little, we don't want to put a tight stop. So as you can see, at least we managed to get 100 pips, and maybe the price will still do a little retracement or here, and we'll see it dropping down. So this is just an example that I want to show you for the Euro USD and how to, like, what's the best way to find a position. Thank you guys and see you soon.